everybody, welcome back to the supersized Sunday edition of Cheap Comic Collector. Good to see you. Glad you're here. Let's see, it's episode 584, and it'll be airing on January 19th. Excuse me, got a little bit of a cold. So welcome. Thanks for being here. If you're new to the channel, we do all kinds of things around here, but mostly we show comic books that end up in the claim sale on Saturday. So we just had a claim sale yesterday. If you want to check that out, there may be some good stuff that's left unclaimed. You can always reach out to me, usually within a couple days after the sale, and still claim anything that's gone unclaimed during the sale. And next Saturday we'll be doing it again. So what we do is we go through boxes during the week and we show what's going to be in the sale on Saturday, basically. So we have unboxings every day during the week at noon, and then at 12:45 on Saturday we have a claim sale for $2 a piece, free shipping. And that's kind of what we do here for the most part. There's other things that we do as well, but you'll discover that in time, I'm sure. And don't want to bore the people that usually watch, so we're going to get into our first station. So during the rest of the week, Monday through Friday, we just do the unboxings. But on Sunday, we supersize it. We have a few other things going on. So our first stop is Disney Annistation. And here we are. Looks a lot like the last place. And today I'm going to show off this snow globe here. It's called the Band Concert from 1935. Was when that classic Disney cartoon came out. And what happens in that cartoon is that Mickey Mouse is conducting an orchestra of his friends, and a cyclone comes through and disrupts everything. Meanwhile, Donald Duck is trying to get into the act by playing a different song. And it's a fun cartoon. And this depicts the last scene where they're all, after the cyclone goes through, they're all still playing, but they're stuck in the tree. So you got Donald Duck down here. He's a older looking Donald because of the year that it came out. And we've got Horace over here playing the cymbals. And let's see, I think Clarabelle's playing the fife there. And not much going on the back. There is a little bell or cymbal or something hanging from that tree. And Peter Pig is still playing his trumpet. And I guess that's all, except, of course, there's a good chance of somebody under that tuba. And Mickey is conducting inside the globe. And the globe does have, besides glitter, you got to shake it pretty good to get them up there. It's got musical notes that swirl around. And I believe this one has a battery compartment, but I couldn't get it to work. I left batteries in it, so it got corroded a little bit, and I haven't cleaned it out yet, but it wouldn't work just by putting batteries in it. It does have a hidden on-off switch back here that was hard to find right there. So I believe that this one has a blower that will blow the snow, so you don't have to shake it, you just turn it on. This has been on a shelf for quite a while. I had to actually get cobwebs and stuff off of it because it was in the back of the shelf where it doesn't normally get dusted. And but a lot of detail on here that they just don't do anymore, it seems like. It's just a fun glove, and surprisingly nothing's broken on it None of the pieces are broken off, even though it's got all these parts hanging off of it all over the place. You know, this is a pretty elaborate sculpture for a snow globe. So, um, but yeah, that's cool. I enjoy it. Mickey even has a tail, which they sometimes don't do inside the globes. So that's it's cool. I really like this one a lot. I should display it more prominently instead of burying it on the back shelf. So probably find a new place to put this one. But yeah, very cool. Hope you like that. And we'll get on to some comics because that's what you guys are here for. And I think we'll move into chilling with Cheap. All right, so there's the might be a better look at that snow globe real quick. Very cool. And of course, it does have a giant air bubble because it's old. That can't be helped, unfortunately. All right, so in Chilling with Cheap, we go through comics that are going into the Blogspot site for sale. These have been through the claim sale quite some time ago, and they are now making it their way into the Blogspot for sale site. The link is in the description, and we have 7 long boxes of comics listed there. And what's going to happen with these is they're going to get put into the existing boxes because as people purchase them, there's more room in the boxes. So rather than the boxes collapsing and damaging the comic books, I'm in the process right now of adding books in rather than doing an entire another box at some point. So these books will be going into box 5 and 7. They're $2 a piece unless you're a channel member. If you're a channel member, they're only $1 a piece. And yeah, let me actually turn the light on so you can see the darn things. There they are. And we're just gonna go through them. We got Punisher Warzone #2. Nice cover. Quantum and Woodchuck. Pretty sure that's Quantum and Woody #7. Ryan the Future Force #9. #9. It doesn't have this cool fold out, but they're #9. #11. 12. 12. Here is a Race Warriors, America's Racing comic book. This is #3. Says there was 38 issues on the cover. And I believe these were sold like at NASCAR races and things like that. Or maybe they were giveaways for the soda sponsors, because they're definitely sponsored by different sodas in the issues. This one's a little beat up. It's a little wavy, like maybe it got wet, but it's that slick paper, so it doesn't matter quite as much as it does, but it should be considered just a reader copy. Why Sleep? Take a Rest #1. Rune #2. Journey into the Soul of a Warlock. Another Rune #2. Second Life of Dr. Mirage #11. Star Trek The Next Generation #61. Steel 27. Steel 28. Superman #14. Superman Wonder Woman number 8. Hard to believe some of these make it this far. Superman Wonder Woman number 10. Number 25. Supreme number 2. Team Youngblood number 15. Thunderbolts number 168. The Killjoys number 4. Tsunami Girl number 1. She'll take your breath away. Uber number 26. Ultraverse Prelude, Ultra Force Avengers number 1. Couple copies of that. Ultraverse Unlimited number 1. Now, that's something that doesn't come up very often. Uncanny X-Men 317, the cardboard cover with the shiny strip where they were introducing the Generation X characters. Uncanny X-Men number 7. Uncle Sam and the Freedom Fighters number 1. Voltron Year 1 number 4. Number 5. It's a cool cover. Hanna-Barbera's Wacky Raceland number 2. We Stand on Guard number 1. West Coast Avengers number 7. Number 28. 36. Wildcats number 3. Wolverine number 4. Wolverines number 2. X-Force number 1. For some reason there's an X-Force hologram cover in here. This is number 25. And really shouldn't be in here, but what the heck, it is. X-Men 2099, number 28. X-O Manowar 16, 17, 22. Xavier Security Enforcers XSE number 2. Young Justice number 16, the Cartoon Network version. 0 Hour number 3. Zorro Rise of the Old Gods number 1. And Zwana, Son of Zulu number 1. Alright, so like I said, those will be going into boxes number 5 and 7. Check out the Blogspot site if you want to see what else is available. And we'll move on here to something else. Alright, and so we got a couple books here we're going to do with missing pages. We got one where we're going to laminate this cover that's just fallen apart. And this one I got in recently, and it was missing one page. Somebody had torn out a page at the end of the story somehow. Nothing, they must have wanted it for an illustration or something, because there isn't really anything that outstanding about these pages that I printed out. But there it is. And so we're just going to trim this back and hopefully it fits like it's supposed to if I did my measuring right. Grab my cutting board here. And in case you're new, again, so what this is I buy a lot of comics, and a lot of times I'll get ones in that are incomplete. They were sold to me as complete, and they're not. People, unfortunately, a lot of sellers just don't take the time to do a page count on the older books to see if they're complete or not. And this one was not. So usually, you have to do a centerfold or something like that. But there's places online that you can find the scanned pages. And so what I do, rather than waste the comic, is I find those pages, I print them out, I measure to get them hopefully the right size. If I do it right, sometimes I'm off a little bit. And center them on the page so that the two pages will match up back to back. Luckily, I have a printer that's relatively recent, and it will print on both sides automatically for me. I don't have to refeed the paper, because back when I used to try and refeed paper to print on both sides, I would screw it up every single friggin' time. So this is actually pretty easy to do. Sometimes the scans, unfortunately, aren't quite squared, so you end up with a little bit of trim. But what I like to do is try and get rid of the white. There's just a hair left on here. So that the patina of the page pretty much matches what's in the book. Because they're all yellowed, usually a little bit. So yeah, we're gonna stick this one in here and see how we did. Looks like, all right, I see what happened here. They, whoever scanned the page trimmed it. I prefer that they don't do that. I prefer they just scan the whole page, but they trimmed it. Sometimes they do that for a better presentation on the internet. And so unfortunately, this doesn't really match the rest of the book, but it's good enough. It's better than not knowing the end of the story. And I don't do this to scam anybody or anything like that. I'm just, these good books go into my personal collection, and they stay there. So, so it doesn't. The page matches, except for the border. So the panels are much larger than they would have been, but still, I can live with that. Works for me. So that one can now go into my collection. And someday maybe I'll find a good copy. Although it doesn't really matter to me at this point. And then we're gonna deal with this Incredible Hulk. This cover is just a mess. Let me flip through the pages here and make sure it's all here first. Looks like a great issue. Yeah, it's all there. So, it is hanging on, but it's such a mess that I really want to go ahead and laminate this one. Because this is, when they're this bad, they're just going to continue to deteriorate, unfortunately. So we're going to try and cut these down the middle, what little bit is left. And I just thought of it, but what I should have probably done, because the edges of this are so tattered and kind of fallen every which way, I should have probably like pressed it under a heavy book or something to flatten these out. It would have made it easier to do the get it to lay flat in the laminate the way I want it to, with no folds and things. I noticed one of the ones I did recently that I thought turned out good actually had a bit, somehow it ended up with a great big fold in it, which was disappointing. But too late, once it's laminated, you're done. So I do the best I can in this piece. Yeah, try to preserve these as much as I can, but this piece right here, I'm probably just going to take off because it is going to be problematic. One thing I've wondered about doing is if I laminate it, or if I tape it, which I hate tape, but if I tape it and then I laminate it, would that preserve it nicer? Or would the tape still turn? Would the heat of the lamination process color the tape? Would it still age even though it's laminated? Would the tape still age and turn color over the years? Who knows? I don't. So just going to get my laminator out of here. I'm going to plug it in. Gotta warm up a little bit. One thing I'd like to mention too is if you get comics from me and I send you something that's severely damaged, that was not, revealed to you, or especially if they're incomplete, please reach out to me and let me know so I can make it right. I used to make sure I do page counts, and unfortunately, recently I've realized that because there's tape still on the bags, I haven't done page counts on some of the older comics. So if I do accidentally ever send you something like that, please let me know. It's not intentional, and mistakes are made. I do try to check within reason, especially older books. But things do happen. And the reason we're doing 2 books today is because I have a large stack next to my desk here that is getting a little overwhelming. So I'm going to try and do 2 books a week. Get them taken care of. Yeah, all of these are folded over multiple times. It's hard to get them spread out as much as I can to preserve every bit. Kind of silly that I do this, I guess. I don't know. But I don't know how to. Yeah, I don't know how to do all the preservation techniques. It seems like it's a lot of work, unless you have a comic that's really worth doing, like Action Comics #1 or first appearance of Batman or something. It just seems like it's a lot more work than it's worth just for a random comic, even if I took the time to learn how to do it. So I think these orange pieces here, which want to keep curling back up again, I think that's probably the best I'm going to get. No, of course it's not straight in there. Yeah, you can see how it's all. Maybe I can do it like this. It worked for some of it, and then it ripped part of it. That's pretty good. It will stay that way as it goes through the process. It's starting to fold back already. Oh well. Best I can do. And then the back cover is not quite so bad. That won't require quite so much handling here. But what I try to do is match these up as closely as I can to what I'm seeing in the thing. That way when I go to cut them, I can cut them together and hopefully end up with things that the two pieces match quite well. And basically what we're doing is we're just kind of making a folder to put the comic in. If that makes sense. There, so that matches up pretty well to where I want it, and the laminator says it's ready, so we're just going to run them through. Colors, for some reason, this process also, they make the colors pop out more on the cover. I'll show you what I mean. Try to show you what I mean on this next one. Yeah, a lot of that orange stuff folded back over again. I'll bring the laminator out here more towards the middle so you can watch this side coming out and this side going in, and you'll see the difference in the color. Part of that is because you're looking through this filmy stuff, but I think it actually brings the colors out in the cover somehow. Not sure. I mean, it also shows off all the flaws. It's dirt and stuff, but You see how bright this is compared to this, what it is going in? And like I said, part of that might be that fact that you're looking through the film there. Oh shit, there's a crap. Can I have a little fold over on the bottom? So anyway, I'd rather do this than throw them away, especially on older comics. New ones, not so much. You know, they're plentiful and stuff, but the older ones, I like to preserve them because, like I said, the covers are just gonna continue to get worse and deteriorate. So then I get the cutting board back out again. It's stuck on something under the desk. There it goes. And these matched up pretty well. As you can see, there's a little bit of mismatch down here at the bottom, but not very much. It's pretty good, pretty darn good. So what we're gonna do is make sure these are together as much as we can, which isn't always easy. You do have to leave a little bit of an edge around the picture. You can't trim the picture right up to the picture, or you just end up with an open laminate, which is not what you want to do. And then sometimes I have to, you can't put it in the same size bag. If it's a modern comic, sometimes you have to go to a Silver Age bag. Silver Age bag, sometimes if it's a Silver Age comic, sometimes you have to go to a Golden Age bag in order to get these pieces to fit alongside the comic, since it's slightly bigger. But you do want to get it as close as you can because you want to try to make it fit. So that's why I'm trimming these so close. And we'll see how that matches up with this one. Yeah, see, so this is a modern bag, I think. And it's just a little bit too big because the comic itself just barely fits in this bag. So here's a bigger one that these should fit into. And because these are stiff, I don't usually use a backing board when I do this. So yeah, they fit in there pretty well. And then I can just tuck the inside there, and I've got basically a complete comic that will stop deteriorating every time I take it out or open it up. So and there we have it. Another fun-filled episode of The Missing Pages. This one actually has a big spine split up here too, but not big enough or torn nearly enough for me to laminate or anything like that. So yeah, those can now get listed as being in my collection, even though they're pretty much beat to heck and back. Worse than a reader beater. But yeah, fun stuff. I'm happy. It gives me a sense of accomplishment, even though it's just nonsense. So Oh, let's see. We didn't do comic spotlight, did I? I don't think I picked up out a comic to do comic spotlight with today. Um. Hmm. Let's see what I got laying around here. Oh, we can do this one. This is X Factor number 92. This is not the same one that was in the Chillin' with Cheap. And the reason the reason this is sitting here is I'm trying to figure out if this is the rare blue hologram, because there's definitely blueness there, but it's, as you can see, it's kind of green around the edges. And I didn't know there was a blue variant, but apparently there is a blue variant that was recalled or something because of it was the wrong color. And I can't really tell if this is it or if this is something somebody managed to do to this. I mean, do they change colors if they're exposed to a certain kind of light or anything? I don't know, because it's not all blue. I have questions on whether this is what I think it may be. Now, the blue variant supposedly is worth quite a few dollars. So I don't know if this is there or not. If you guys know anything about this particular hologram is pretty worn too. But if you guys know, if anybody out there knows if they have a blue variant, then they can tell me what it looks like. Is it kind of blue? Is it all blue? And I asked around among my friends, and nobody, basically none of us knew this existed. I found it listed in a price guide. That's what drew my attention to it. And I have my regular copy that's in my collection, and it is all green. It doesn't have any blue at all. So I think this is probably the blue variant, but at the same time, I have questions because of the greenness around the edge. Because when I look it up, and I look for pictures on eBay or something, it shows it as all blue. And so I'm not sure. But this was back in the 90s. I mean, it's been years since I've read this one. 1993. And I remember these being fun reads. This is a series I was actually picking up in the 90s. Most of the 90s books, I didn't really have any interest in the image stuff and all that. I just didn't really appeal to me. But I think this was when, I'm not seeing any credits here, but I'm thinking this was when Peter David was writing it. Oh, here we go. No, it wasn't Peter David at this point. It was Scott Lobdell, Joe Quesada, Jam DeMatteis, and Al Milgrom doing the creative chores. But this was a fun book. It didn't tie directly into all the other X-Men books as much, except for when they did crossovers, of course. And it had its own little thing going. And I remember them actually being decent reads. So, or at least I thought so at the time, because it was one of the books I was picking up back then, before I stopped around that time. Oh, it's got it's a wraparound cover on top of the hologram. So, cool. So yeah, if anybody knows about this blue hologram thing, let me know. I'd be interested in finding out what I got. I would say if there are all blue holograms out there, then this is not a good example of the blue hologram. But I don't know. Okay, what's next? Oh, I didn't do the introduction for Spotlight. Oh well. I guess that means we are up to All right, so yeah, we're gonna see what's in this box. This is a box that I filled out of larger purchases, just so to make sure there was some variety in it. There's like 90 boxes sitting out there that I've done this with, so I don't know off the top of my head what's in this particular one, but it should be at least somewhat of a decent mix to look through. And these are the books that will be on sale on Saturday's claim sale. Just to make sure nobody's confused with the other books. So this is what appears to be a unopened X-Men number 15, Executioner's Song, still sealed in the poly bag with the card. So that's that. It's from 1992. Not sure what title this is. I'm guessing it's Supergirl number 63, but part of Joker Last Laugh, Supergirl, and Batgirl. There's another Supergirl, 62. So yeah, this is Supergirl. So got Two-Face in that one. Two-Face versus Supergirl. I don't think he's got much of a chance. Supergirl 61. Green something. Green Arrow, Green Lantern 125. I guess it's Green Arrow since this is 124. 123. X-Men number 44. X-Men 42. 48. 37, another one of those ones that introduced the Generation Next characters. X-Men number 3, that's nice. Copy of that. X-Men 42. And Astro City number 15. It's a cool cover. Another Astro City number 17. Looks like they got Super Turtle or Frogman or somebody on there. I don't know. Looks like a turtle. Turtle Man. There's number 19. Somerset Holmes number 3 from PC Comics. Not sure what that is. I assume it's like a detective type thing. From Valiant Savage number 3. Wow. Really thick covers on here. Looks like cool art. Looks like it's worth checking out. If not for the art, at least. Doesn't look like there's a whole lot of story there, but art is really cool. And here's Tarzan number 242. This one is pretty beat. A lot of spine ticks and things on this one. It's pretty rough shape. This is no comic. It's a funny book from Paragraphics. Boffo Laughs number 4. It's a hysterical romp through time with Ultra Guy and Joe Power. Plus Nick Knorr, a private dick with a nose for crime. All right. New Titans number 61. Lonely Place of Dying, Part 4. Great George Perez cover. New Teen Titans number 8. More Titans. Top Dog number 4. That's cool. Cosmo the Merry Martian number 5. So this was not the. This is not the old comic. This is a more recent incarnation, I believe. Sad Sack and the Sarge number 132. Savage Avengers number 3 variant cover. X-Men Classic number 99. House of Mystery number 26 from Vertigo. Legion Science Police. Now this is a series I didn't even know existed. Got number 4, number 3, and a number 2. No number 1, unfortunately. At least not at the moment. If you're not familiar with the Legion of Superheroes, Science Police is basically the police force on planet Earth in their time period. So they find themselves sometimes at odds with the Legion, and sometimes they work together, and so on. Fury of Firestorm number 22. I guess it feels really thick. I guess it's just got a really good backing board in it. Sleepwalker number 7. Man of Steel number 2. Man of Steel number 1. Number 3. X Factor Annual number 1. Deathlock number 15. And Warlord number 48. The first appearance of Arak, Son of Thunder, in an extra 16-page insert. And this one, I can't quite tell through this bag how clean it is. I see some stuff, but I think it's on the bag. Yeah, there's like one little tiny ding up here at the top, couple little tiny dings. And there's some corner damage down here as well. So it's not as pristine as it would seem at first glance. Oh, it's got an ugly ink rub right here on the woman's face. So unfortunate, but still a nice copy. Superman number 354 from the original series. Introducing the Man of Steel's grandson, Superman 2020. That year has come and passed, my friends. Elementals number 9 from Comico. Miss Fury number 3 from Dynamite. Lone Ranger Snake of Iron number 2. There's number 3. The American number 1 from Dark Horse. G.I. Joe number 2. Does have some pretty big spine ticks in it. Looks pretty clean though. Adventures of Superman 477. Green Arrow, The Longbow Hunters, number 1. First issue of a great series by Mike Grell. Vigilante, number 40. Alpha Flight number 13. This one got spine ticks as well, but that's a cool cover that a lot of people keep an eye out for. Vigilante number 21. Lone Ranger number 8 from Dynamite. Avengers Annual number 12. A few spine ticks on this one. Hellcat number 2. Fun cover. And Sleepwalker Holiday Special. All new, all different number 1. Alright, so I'm just going to write down my choices here for the thumbnail. And that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching, everybody. Tonight at 6 p.m. We'll be dropping another episode of Cheap Comic Collector Presents. I think we're up to Chapter 8 of the Captain America serial from 1944. And then the rest of the week we'll be dropping videos at noon that show what's going to be in the claim sale showcase on Saturday. So thank you for watching. I'll see you soon, and I hope you have a great day.
Come on down to Cheap Comic Co, where the heroes and villains steal the show. Flip the pages, turn the tide. Every Saturday, take a ride at Cheap Comics, Cheap Thrills. Let's all shout at 12:45. Don't miss out. Super deals await your bid. Every issue a hidden gem. From Batman to Spidey, we got them all. Golden Age to modern, we stand tall. Tune in, don't delay. Claim your favorites right away. Cheap Comics, Cheap Thrills, let's all shout. At 12:45, don't miss out. Super deals await your bid. Every issue a hidden gem. Cheap Comic Collector on YouTube. Join the fun with our nerdy crew. Don't hesitate, don't be late. Snag your phase, it's gonna be great. Cheap Comics, Cheap Thrills, let's all shout. At 12:45, don't miss out. Super deals await your bid. Every issue a hidden gem. Cheap Comics, Cheap Thrills, let's all shout. At 12:45, don't miss out. Super deals await your bid. Every issue a hidden gem. Hey, yeah. Every issue a hidden gem. Yeah.